Good afternoon and welcome to Democracy in Action, live from NCC Studios, coming with updates from local and general elections.
Democracy in Action is a collaborative project of journalism students here at the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications.
We have more than 100 students visiting polling places across Onondaga County.
And the students are broadcast majors like us, but also newspaper, online, magazine, and photojournalism majors, plus students from our military program.
The media coverage surrounding this year's election has been unlike any other. NCC News reporter Aubrey Tolliver is live in Syracuse with the attention of some youthful Americans. Aubrey?
The voting age may be 18, but that certainly doesn't mean that future voters don't have their own opinions about this year's presidential election. The polling stations are just a little bit over 4 feet tall, perfect for a full-grown adult voter. But for those who have to wait to grow into the booth, they may already have their minds made up about this year's candidates if they were allowed to fill out the ballot.
Hillary Clinton is a really good lady.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm not going to say she's better than Donald Trump, but she actually do the right things too.
Mm-hmm. What kind of right things?
Well, she cares about everyone. She talks to everyone nicely.
Mara also told me she didn't want to say anything bad about Donald Trump, but he's just a little bit too grumpy to be president. Reporting live from Huntington Hall in Syracuse, Aubrey Tolliver, NCC News.
Thank you, Aubrey.
And Democrat incumbent Chuck Schumer is running for re-election for New York Senate against Republican Wendy Long. The Siena poll, which came out on November 4th, had Schumer up 42 points over Long. Schumer has been in office for 3 terms as New York Senator and has won every Senate election by 10+ points. If elected, Schumer is poised to take over as Senate Democrat leader. Wendy Long is a lawyer and a former U.S. Supreme Court clerk for Justice Clarence Thomas. She also lost in a U.S. Senate race against Kirsten Gillibrand in 2012.
And for Congress, Republican incumbent John Katko is running against Democratic Colleen Deacon in the 24th District in New York State. Deacon does have the endorsement of President Obama, but recent polls have not been in her favor. The Siena poll that came out on October 20th had Katko widening his lead to 23 points over Deacon. Keep watching Democracy in Action to find out the outcome of this congressional race as well as other New York State races.
Hundreds of people from all parties are putting their political differences aside to enjoy an Election Day meal together at the 67th Annual Election Day Spaghetti Dinner. NCC News reporter Walini Sepulveda is live from Our Lady of Pompeii Church.
Hi, I'm live here right outside of the Cathedral Academy at Pompeii. They're holding their 67th Annual Election Day Spaghetti Supper. I'm just outside and I can smell the spaghetti and the meatballs that are being cooked inside. This is a tradition that started with the Moms Club wanting to give food to poll workers and at the same time raise some money for the school. There have been people in and out since 11:30, including those who are in the ballots today from all different parties. They have sold many plates and expect around 2,500 people between takeout, delivery, and those who came in to eat in here. There's spaghetti with meatballs. They were handmade by all the volunteers here. There's garlic bread, a dessert, you name it. There's live music, raffles. You can buy shirts in regards to the event. They will be here until 7 p.m. If you don't feel like cooking today, this is the place to be. There's yummy food. Just enjoy a good time. In Syracuse for Democracy in Action, I'm Walini Sepulveda.
Thank you, Walini. Thank you.
When it comes to the presidential election, the numbers can get a little confusing. That's why our own Jeff Sloshin is in the studio to break it down for us. Jeff?
Yeah, thank you, Blake. Yes, the numbers are incredibly confusing and they're thrown around a lot when it comes to the election. So we created a map to kind of make it easier for you to figure out how each candidate can possibly win. So let's take a look. As of right now, here are the battleground states that we are listing. We have Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Florida. Assuming that the typical red and blue states are going to go red and blue, we have listed Clinton at 232 electoral votes and Trump at 186. So for Clinton to get that victory, here are some of the states that we are listing that she could possibly take. Very subtle change now, but taking Michigan and Pennsylvania has bumped Hillary Clinton to 268. So that means she needs just 2 delegates to get to that presidential win. The thing is here is that we're seeing is now Michigan typically has gone blue in previous years, and similarly to Pennsylvania, they were hoping it might switch to the Republicans, but it's looking like it possibly could go to the Democrats. Now, how is she going to get that win? Well, we're looking at possibly New Hampshire and Nevada. If she gets those, that is 10 total delegates. That bumps her over 278, and correct, she is the president of the United States coming when Obama will leave his office. But what does it get to get Donald Trump to this point? So we're seeing, let's assume again, Hillary Clinton takes 16 from Michigan, 20 from Pennsylvania. Donald Trump has an uphill battle as he's at 259 after we plug in. Now, as Luke Russer once said, Florida, 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 or Tim Russer, excuse me, Florida, 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 and Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Those are going to be incredibly crucial when it comes to this election, and no president has won since 1960 without taking Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida in the same election. We're also going to give 11 to Arizona for Donald Trump as well, and that will also even it out, so now he's at 259. So now it gets crucial. We have 259. We have 6 delegates here. We have 4 delegates here. How is he going to get over the edge? Well, this is exactly how. He takes both of those states. He takes New Hampshire, and he's going to have to take Nevada. That is going to be 10 delegates. And now you're seeing, okay, there was 1 delegate that wasn't in there. Nebraska. Nebraska is a very interesting state because the thing with Nebraska is they're not a winner-take-all. So Trump would have to take the 1 outstanding delegate there that would bump him up to 270. So it's going to be a very interesting race, and that is one thing we can definitely say for sure. It's interesting and very close. Monique, Blake.
Thank you so much, Jeff. A local woman is pretty far from home today to cast her ballot. Beth Lindley is registered to vote in a church in Brooklyn, but she now lives in Syracuse. She wrote down her current address on the absentee form instead of her Brooklyn address, and by the time the Onondaga County Board of Elections told her about her mistake, it was too late for her to apply for another ballot. Lindley traveled overnight on a bus for 6 hours so she could cast her vote.
NCC News reporter Jackie Mundry is live outside the JAVITS Center in New York City. Hillary Clinton will be at the center tonight as the results come in. Supporters have lined up outside the venue since 5 a.m.
I'm live here in Manhattan at the JAVITS Center where Hillary Clinton will be addressing her supporters today in the election night party. As you can see, there are people behind me that have been here as early as 5 a.m. and they will be waiting in line until Hillary comes and addresses them. The security guards themselves have been here since around 6 a.m. and they are expected to be here till midnight or even later to tighten up security as the day goes on. Here, there are some of the barricades that just went up to block more traffic, and the traffic behind me is there's a lot of traffic going on, and a lot of people are out here. Even some Central New Yorkers are out here today. Reporting live from the JAVITS Center, Jacqueline Mundry, Democracy in Action.
Trump supporters are also getting ready in New York City. Most are gathered at the Trump Towers, but his viewing party is at the Hilton in Midtown. NCC News reporter Megan Minstry joins us live from the city now.
I'm outside the Hilton, and in just a couple of hours, Donald Trump will arrive here. He'll either be making a victory speech or a concession speech. Depends on if he does concede, if he loses. That's all very unclear, and we won't know that until later in the night. But I was outside Trump Towers earlier today. I was able to speak with a couple of different Trump supporters and Trump protesters. We spoke with one woman, she's a former immigrant from Croatia, talking to us about how she's always voted Democrat, but today at 8:30 this morning, she cast a vote for Donald Trump. She was very proud of that. We also spoke with a young millennial who's all for Trump, told us about standing up for Trump despite his classmates' concerns. And Donald Trump was also out voting for himself, presumably this morning with Melania in East Manhattan. Eric Trump also voted, and you may have seen this already. He tweeted a picture of his ballot. Now, that tweet has been deleted, but that's illegal in the state of New York. You're not allowed to post photos of yourself at a polling place inside with your ballot. He joins the likes of Donald Trump there. But still, I'm outside the Hilton. There aren't a lot of Trump supporters out here, or Trump protesters, really. They have a lot of security here in Midtown, both outside the Trump Tower and outside the Hilton. Donald Trump will probably arrive later tonight as election results coming in. We can expect him probably anywhere from 9 p.m. on. But reporting in Midtown, I'm Megan Mystery.
Thank you so much, Megan. One loyal Hillary Clinton fan cast her vote today in full Clinton garb. Syracuse University senior Shelby Guller is dressed as Clinton all day, not only to show support for the presidential candidates, but to show the historical importance of this election with the first woman running for office. That's it for now. We'll have continuing coverage throughout the day. Tune back at 4 p.m. for the newest updates on Election Day throughout CNY.
And in the meantime, follow along on Twitter with the hashtag NHDIA for up to the minute coverage as Election Day continues.